Oh, well, I'm Neil. I've been out in Rangiora for the past 5 years. Jen and I live out here, bought a house out here. We've got lots of kids, lots of grandkids, and we go to Plains campus.
And I'm Jen, and I'm involved in hospitality across both campuses in North Canterbury. And and we love it out here. So I was raised in a Christian home and raised by parents that followed God very strongly. I was baptised at 16 and really keen for God. And then through some life things that happened in my life, including a marriage breakup, life got really hard and I made some really poor decisions and got myself into some situations that were really awful. And so as a solution to that, I started to drink rather than dealing with it. And I didn't believe that God would love me the way I was. I believed that he would have let me go because I was now a sinner and I was just not lovable in any way. And I didn't believe that anybody or God could love me. Luckily for me, I was able to come out of that and get some help. Slowly and surely, I've worked my way back to a really strong relationship with God. I'd gone back to church without Neil initially, was enjoying being part of the Grace North Canterbury family. Obviously, being on my own, it's never as nice as having your husband there with you, but I knew that God had called me back.
Well, my faith journey didn't exist. I was a total atheist. Didn't believe in Christ or a being or anything like that. Jen had said, I'm going to the Grow course, and I had no idea what the Grow course was, but she says, they put a dinner on, so you come along and have some free food and talk about Jesus and stuff like this, or you can sit at home and cook your own tea. I was like, I'm sold. So I tagged along not knowing anything that was going to happen, and of course got into Grow when we met Scotty and Leanne and the team. Well, that night, I suppose I came in with not interested, don't care, rah. But I think the funniest thing was at the end of that night, I think it was, Scotty did the prayer of coming to faith. And I just blindly copied and said it along with everybody else, not knowing that I was actually coming into faith, even though I didn't know I was. After that, Jen had said, come along to church, just support me at church. Okay, yeah, I'll come along because I'm always willing to support Jen in everything she does, so I'll come along to church. And I'd met Scotty, so it was fantastic to see him again. So I came along and we sat there, and I was still sort of the non-believer, I was just in a place of, it's just church, I'm just there to support Jen. Well, we had SJPs talking that day, and she was talking about the shepherd and the lost sheep. And after she'd done her sermon, she says, okay, now we're going to pray, and those who want to be found or reinvigorated into their thinking, come up the front and we'll pray for you. And I just felt this shiver down my spine, incredible force going, get up the front. So I literally just bowled past Jen, stood on her foot and pushed the lady next to her back into a chair and just bowled up the front and stood there in front of SJ. She had her head down in prayer and everybody else had their head down in prayer, and I'm just looking around like this, and nobody's doing anything, nobody's saying anything. And I was like, oh, okay, so perhaps I have to stand over there. So I stood next to SJ, turned around and stared at the congregation, and then bawled like a baby. It was just the most incredible crying I think I've ever done in my life. And just at that moment, Scotty got up and with a big grin and these huge long arms, wrapped me up. And it was the most incredible moment of my life. And that was the moment on the 23rd of May, 2021, I found God, and he found me again. So it was beautiful, it really was.
So I was involved in churches before things got tough, and I was involved in different roles within churches. But this time round, I think I have found a new way of being in a church, and I think part of that has been I've learned to be a bit more vulnerable. I think that I've let people in. Just being real around other people and allowing myself to be real with them is also allowing them to be real with me. And I'm finding that serving in a church this time round, it's for God, it's not for me. Well, God keeps reminding me of the bigger picture, you know, that we're serving his kingdom. And I think in the past, actually, I was serving because I felt I should, or I felt that it was, you know, the only way to God was by serving. But I've learnt that actually he loves me the way I am. Whether I serve or I don't serve, he doesn't love me any less.
For the first few months, I was just sort of coming in and enjoying church and stuff like that. And one of our operations team says, you should get on to ops. You're such full of energy and you want to say hi to everyone all the time and you want to be part of the furniture, so come on to the ops. That was just absolutely amazing. Absolutely loved it. And within 2 weeks, I was an ops team crew chief because it was just so much fun. I was just absolutely loving it. I help in every possible way I can now. Help with Jen sometimes in the morning tea area, and sometimes I'll do the welcome desk. I just get the huge buzz, and it's just so much fun being at church, listening to God, feeling the Holy Spirit. I honestly believe I feel the Holy Spirit on a regular occasion.
For me, being part of a church family is when you've been on a holiday to Australia and it's really warm and you're over there and you're thinking, why would we return to New Zealand? And then you think about your church family and you just think, I couldn't live without them. They really are my family. They're my everyday.
And then we turn up at church on Sunday morning and all the hugs and the greetings and it's just, yeah, we have a beautiful church, we have beautiful people, and we're all there to serve God. It's just a beautiful place. It really is.